would come, but to do it on that platform in that moment shows how special Jaron Ennis is. So congratulations, Jaron, and we open to the floor for questions. Yes.
Kevin Garcia with Fight Night. Boots, I mean, my first question for you is, you know, coming off your last fight, you know, there was talk, there was chatter, you know, does Boots have opportunities? You obviously silenced all those doubters today. How do you feel, you know, thinking about that talk and what you just did today?
That's what y'all was waiting for? That's what y'all looking for? Yeah. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it firsthand?
Your first boxing. And it's congratulations on an amazing win. Like the man said, the last 2 fights, you put your heart out there, did everything you can. This fight, we seen you, a whole different man. A lot of body shots. Like we spoke the last fight, there was not too many body shots. A lot of hooks, uppercuts. You took them out in a beautiful way. What's next for you? What you want? Who's on your radar?
Right now, like I said, I'm enjoying my win. You know, enjoy my win, chill with the fam. You know, enjoy this IBF, ring, the WBA, and Ring Magazine, and sit back and talk to the team. We'll see.
You showed off a lot of talent with your defense tonight, but it also seemed like you had like a lot of fun tonight. That was something that you really wanted to do, to show out your fun side along with the defense and along with the offense.
For sure, you know, that's like I said before. I don't want to sound repetitive, but when I fight top of the line guys, the good guys, you know, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a whole different me. You know, when I'm in the ring, I'm in my happy place. So, you know, when I got a top guy and I'm fighting for something, it's a whole different story. You know, can't nobody mess with me.
Boots, how's it feel to win the title here in Atlantic City, especially the crowd support you got here from the Philadelphia fans?
Feel great. You know, iconic place. You know, yeah, it's a blessing to be able to, you know, fight here at Borough Hall.
And Eddie, what
He was staring at you when he was going back to the corner, when you both were going back to the corner. Based on that, were you surprised that the fight was stopped at that point, or did you think you had it up?
No, I was just rubbing my edge. I was just picking it up, and I knew he was going to go. You know, the way from like the second round, for certain things he was doing, I'm like, I've been really wanted to pick it up. But my pop was like, my dad, and my team, they like, not yet. You know, just take your time, chill, have fun, and stick to the game plan. Let it come.
Boots, can you talk to us about the trajectory over the last few fights? You've gone from Roman Villa at the smaller room here, 2 back-to-back fights in Philly. The last fight was against a guy you'd already fought before. The previous one before that was a replacement opponent. You've now unified the titles here in Atlantic City. Talk to us about that experience and the experience over the course of the last 3 fights.
Great experience, you know. I made history fighting in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. I think it was like 14,000, 15,000. The first to do that. Came back, did it again. You know, I think I did like 10 or 11 or something like that. And then we fight here at this iconic arena at the Boardwalk. You know, everything falling in line. It's perfect timing.
And what would you like to do next?
Like I said, I'm gonna sit back and talk to the team. You know, I'm gonna enjoy this win, enjoy this victory, and we'll see.
Eddie Hearn,
Yes.
what would you like for your champ next?
I think Jaron's already showed us as a team that he's about legacy and he's about fighting and beating the champions. I think the greatest achievement for any fighter is to become undisputed. You know, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of how Boots felt at the weight, but certainly at the weigh-in he looked extremely comfortable. And you know, that was always part of the chat was after the Chidasian fight. Is it time to move up? And you know, I would have felt really like we hadn't done our job if he moved up without unifying the division. You know, and I think enough people don't really talk about the fact that people say, you know, he's never beaten a champion before. He was the interim IBF world champion, and Errol Spence vacated the belt rather than fight Jaron Ennis. So that's why they elevated him to IBF champion. And you know, I said to him in the change room tonight, Dan, he said, why? I said, because after the Chidasian fight, people actually wanted to fight you. Now we're going to go back to no one wanting to fight you. And I hope that the other champions have ambition.
That was the setup. We said that. That way we knew we get some fights.
Hey, what you just said. How much more expensive do you expect it to be to get those guys in the ring now?
Well, it's expensive because his money goes up. You know, that's the reality.
Yeah, y'all don't know. I took a pay cut for this fight too.
Boots
I took less money for this fight.
gave Stanionis money to get him in the ring. You know, we hear at the press conference, you know, Stanionis has wanted Boots for years. Well, who's ever heard that?
Right.
We never had a phone call.
This fight happened because of me. I took less money. I gave Stanionis more money to fight me.
And that's not,
That shows who really wanted to fight.
and that's not what we do or what we want to do. But sometimes as a team, you move forward collectively, and that's why these guys are great to work with. They're chasing greatness. But now, after a performance like that, no, we don't take less money, we take more money. So the other guys have got to, they'll get paid, but they have to show some ambition. It's just money, 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 money. What about trying to be number one in the division? Guys like Brian Norman, these guys, with due respect to Brian Norman, just boxed for about $150,000 on an undercard with Michaela Meyer against Andy Wright at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. If we go back to the Wells Fargo now, to unify again, he will fill the whole place. 18, 19,000, unquestionably. So there's money in the pot, but you've got to show ambition as well.
Eddie, so given what you just said and the experience of setting up this fight here, who is going to be the tougher fight to make out of Mario Barrios and Brian Norman Jr. In your opinion? Because those are the two of them.
You know, I heard that Barrios is talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao. What's all that about? Right? Brian Norman, for me, I spoke to Bob Arum during the week. He made it clear to me they want to try and make that fight. There's probably close to 10 times the biggest payday of Brian Norman's career to fight Boots Ennis. If you don't want to get in the ring, you might as well retire from the sport. What's it all about? That kind of payday to fight the very best in the sport, prove yourself as a pound-for-pound great. So stop with Twitter, stop with Instagram. Grow a set of balls, come and be in one of the biggest fights in the sport. Wells Fargo, back end of the summer or September, or wherever it's going to be when he's ready. Let's make it happen.
So they were talking about Atlanta as a potential spot for that fight.
Why? He just boxed on an undercard in front of about 1,200 people. This guy, what is it, 15,000, 12,000, 9,000 tonight, whatever it was. Come on. And that's what I said to those guys last time. Oh, we're not going to Philadelphia. Where do you think the money comes from? You know? So it's just, this is not about being disrespectful. Brian Norman's a great fighter. Don't we want to make great fights in the sport? You know, and like this guy's, he ain't losing at 47, he ain't losing at 54, he ain't losing at 60. Watch what he does over the next few years. He's going through all the divisions.
And you got nutritionist for this fight, Boots. Something different for you. And a lot of people were talking about your weight and the power. Was it going to affect you tonight? First of all, what do you have to say to those people who were saying you weren't going to be able to make the weight, you would have trouble with them? What do you got to say about your power after the stoppage tonight?
Yo, I don't know. People, y'all social media people crazy. I seen some people talking about look weight drain. I was, you don't like you gonna make weight, this, that, and the third. I was at weight on Tuesday. I didn't work out since Tuesday. I ate the day before the weigh-in. I make weight 147 easy. You know, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. Y'all just be talking on the net.
And then what about your power at this weight that they were complaining about with your weight?
You seen it. And I really was like just getting in my bag, getting in my groove for real. Like I said before, none of these fighters can best me. I'm the best in the world.
I just want to say as well, I don't know if it's the right time to say about your move down to 140. Remember? Hold on, wait till you call it out, guys, please, yeah.
Especially considering the quality of the opposition you had against tonight. Do you feel this was one of your fights, if not your best performance?
Probably. I gotta watch it. I mean, even though I was in there, I can't say yet. You know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go in the hotel room. I'm gonna go party first, and then go watch it, and then we'll see. I'll let y'all know. Give y'all my assessment.
Derek, can you just talk about the decision Simone made to pull Stanionis out there? Because I think a lot of trainers would have sent him back out for another round. It was probably the right decision.
Pulling out, trainer pulling out Stanionis.
Like stopping.
I think that was the right decision to make, instead of taking a punishment like that. We're taking a bad beating, man. You know what I mean? You see the face was all fucked up and everything, you know what I mean? I don't know, was it him? Was it him that went and did the corner stop? The trainer stopped. Well, they did the right thing. You know what I mean? Boots was gonna knock him out.
Mike Lopez, WOND Atlantic City. Sionis is known for his determination, style, strong stance. You took it from him. You know, can you talk about that as it went into the fight?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we knew what he was coming to do. He was coming to put pressure, jab, hook. That's about it. Try to throw punches in the inside, and I took all that away from him. You know, I just went in there and had fun putting on the show.
Hey, Eddie, Boots, how are you? Congratulations, Boots.
Appreciate it.
Sport Fox TV official. So hypothetically, we all thought, in the past, we thought that Brian fight was going to happen. Now, let's say hypothetically it doesn't happen by September. What's next? Is it definitely going to be undisputed, or is there a chance that you might move up? And does this Jaron Boots beat Terrence Crawford?
I beat anybody in the world. I'm the best fighter in the world. I keep saying it. You know, these fighters can't mess with me.
And
Eddie Hearn.
I think he's right. Look, we've also got, Jaron Boots that's ordered to fight the winner of tonight. We have to deal with that situation. We've got Brian Norman, we've got Barrios. We'll talk, but I want to see him fight the other champions.
Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
Congratulations on bringing boxing back to the boardwalk called Atlantic City. I think the last one was what, about a good 10 years ago? What's next? When are you going to bring another fight here in Atlantic City?
Look, it really worked. I think the venue is iconic, but just also it worked with Jaron Ennis. He's boxed here before. He did a good gate here before in the smaller hall, and luckily he's got a lot of passionate supporters. You heard, drove, made the trip down from Philadelphia. That means a lot, and I just feel like it was a really good decision. Got to shout out Everett actually and the team, because we went back to back Philly quite quickly, and sometimes 3 times in what would be a year. It's a lot to keep going back, and I feel like now when we go back, it's going to be twice as big. And I think it was a really smart move to come to the Boardwalk Hall. And I love the place, love the venue, love it. Visit Atlantic City, the Boardwalk Hall, Gary, Jim, the whole team. They've been sensational. Yeah.
Eddie, can you just talk about the whole experience having this fight here in Atlantic City and your thoughts about coming back to Philly?
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to talk about the history and the heritage of this place. And when you talk about the people that fought here, Holmes, Foreman, Tyson, Leonard, Mayweather, Gatti, I put this guy at that level, honestly, and it's difficult at 27 to talk about those names, but I promise you, one day you'll be talking about Jaron Ennis in the same way you talk about all those people that have graced this great venue. So for us as a promotional company, it was amazing, and for Jaron, it's been the perfect stop in this incredible rise of fame that he's had in 12 months, and collectively we've all done a great job, and tonight he did the perfect job.
And when you come back to Philly?
We'll be back to Philly for his next fight.
Hey, Eddie, how did you get Maxie to come out to the ring?
So what?
How did you get Tyrese Maxie?
I mean, me and Max is kind of cool, so I go to series games and things like that, and cool guy. I keep in contact with him. In the summer we're gonna try and help him out and get ready for the next season. So I asked him to work me out.
A couple more guys, yeah.
Boots, Kevin Garcia with Fight Head. So during the press conference, Stan Ernest was asked about this fight, and he said, all gas, no brakes.
That's what we wanted.
Talk about it a little bit, Bozy, all Boots, all gas, no brakes, but they ended up stopping the fight. So what do you think about that and what came out?
I told you he was going to run right into a rock, big boulder, and that's what he did. All gas, no brake. What car you know that? What car you know that guy just goes go, and they go over the bridge. If you're going to keep going like that, so it's crazy,
Boots, Brian.
No. I just told him. I said, if you come like that, you won't get stopped. That's what I told him. You keep on coming forward, you just stop. Well, he stopped on his own.
If I could all agree with you guys on answer every thought of Bozy. I know you're going to Brian Norman, Mario Barrio, but Teofimo Lopez has continued to pull you guys out. Do you think Tio will be a
They ain't playing, man. These guys don't really want to fight Boots. Brian Norman don't either.
Do you think Tio will be a more difficult style for your son as opposed
No.
to Brian?
No. No difficult. Nothing difficult with him.
Yep. Any other questions? No, no.
Brian Norman's father on IG said that if Brian hits Boots with the hooks that Boots got hit with tonight, he would go night-night. Any response?
Who's got hit?
Brian Norman's father
When did he say that?
on IG tonight during the fight.
They just building themselves up off of Boots, man. You know what happened when he came to the gym. You know what I mean? So we don't even worry about it.
They ain't gonna do nothing but talk.
All they doing is talk.
Social media. They on a social media tour right now. They talking. They trying to build their name up off of me.
They've been doing it. That's what they've been doing.
They're not really about it. If any of y'all in here made 100,000 y'all last fight, y'all got offered $2 million to fight me. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Y'all gonna fight me, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's closed in the story right there. Closed key. That shows what he really about for real.
But you see when Brian Norman fought the last fight, he like caught on the chin. You know what happened? Imagine if Boots hit him on the chin. He went to sleep.
And we saw Loma head out to London, we saw Triple G head out to London. Your other welterweight has a big fight coming up at middleweight, but says he has title aspirations at 147, so on at the end. Any chance that we'd ever get to see Boots go out to London?
Yeah, you know, the UK fight fans are crazy. They would all been staying up tonight watching Jaron Ennis. If he came to London now, this is the crazy thing about boxing in America versus boxing in London. If Jaron Ennis, an American world champion, came to London on holiday, not to fight, he would get mobbed, stopped down the street, in shops. Shakur did it the other week with me. People going up to him crazy. And that's the thing what we've got to change in America. This guy, and people like Shakur, you're talking about 27 years old, best in the division, unified world champion, Shakur, 3-division world champion. We've got to make these guys superstars. And this guy's now a superstar in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. Now we've got to make him a superstar across the whole of America. And I'd love to see him fight globally as well. Look, there's a fight. London, there's a fight in the Middle East. But right now, I think next up, we really want to, we want to shout out to Zone as well, who, have obviously invested in tonight. But even before that, they put the money up for the Judasian fight, and Boots has been spot on, and they will be putting the money up for the next fight as well.
Hey Eddie, Boots is now Ring Magazine leading at 147. Should we expect him in the future to headline a Ring Magazine card?
Yeah, obviously it's a business, but at the same time, I kind of like him headlining his own cards as well, and that's what he's been doing a lot of. I mean, look, one day he's going to receive a huge offer to fight in Riyadh season or on a Ring Magazine card, but we've got the beauty of being able to do what most fighters in America can't do. I mean, tell me a bigger ticket seller in America than Jaron Ennis. Gervonta Davis, huge ticket seller, and Canelo Alvarez. That's it. So this is the guy right here. We don't need to be, waiting for a call. We can plan our own future. I'm sure it will come. But this is the guy, and I messaged Turkey tonight with a picture of this great belt because this is a great belt, and now he's got it.
Hey Boots, how interested would you be on headlining the card for Ring Magazine?
We'll see. Like you just said, we'll see.
Yeah. Last one, guys.
It's Johnny Boy Boxing and Fight Night. Boots, a lot of people feel that you beat the best fighter at welterweight. Do you feel the same way that he's better than Stanley is better than Brian Norman Jr.
For sure.
And Barbs? And
For
will
sure.
you be undisputed and who's the 154 after that?
I definitely think Stan Jones is the better one, at this weight division. I beat the top guy. I'm number one. He was number two. And I know it's off topic, but shout out to him. He about to have a baby, I think today or tomorrow. So blessings to him. Hope he get back home safely, and bring a child to this world. So that's a blessing.
Will you send him a gift for the baby?
You got a pocket.
We already gave him the gift. Right, guys. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Well done, John.